So the Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus is a very impressive and very affordable 3.1 soundbar that can either be used by itself or you can build it out and get a 5.1 setup. The Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus definitely needs a new name, but it also gives popular options like the Bose Smart Soundbar and the Sonos Beam Gen 2 a real run for their money. So today we're going to see how the Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus compares to both the Sonos Beam Gen 2 and the Bose Smart Soundbar, the 2025 version, and we're going to see which one's right for you. So first, there's pricing. The Amazon soundbar retails for $250 by itself, or you can get the full 5.1 setup where you're going to get the external subwoofer and rear satellite speakers for a total of $489. And for comparison's sake, both the Bose Smart Soundbar and the Sonos Beam Gen 2 retail for $500 by themselves. Now, you can always build out both of Bose's and Sonos' soundbars by adding rear satellite speakers and or external subwoofers, and you have different satellite speakers and different external subwoofers to choose from, but a fully built out system from either Bose or Sonos is going to be $800 or more. Now, obviously, having an external subwoofer is always better because this way you're going to get a more movie theater-like experience because you're going to have more bass. But everyone might not have the room for an external subwoofer, or maybe they don't want to disturb their neighbors because they live in an apartment. And having rear satellite speakers is going to make your audio sound more open. But in this video, we're going to be testing these soundbars by themselves, and we're going to be comparing them to the built-in speakers found on the Sony Bravia 3 TV. However, if you want to see how the fully built-out Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus sounds like, then you can always watch the full video, which will be linked down below. And if you want to pick any of these products up, they'll also be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, then you can always pick up some merch. So first, there's the design of these soundbars. I feel the Amazon soundbar is very big for both its price and its speaker setup. The Amazon soundbar has a length of 37 inches, a width of 5.2 inches, and a height of 2.5 inches. Overall, I feel that the soundbar just has a very large footprint, and it can be quite difficult to place in your home theater setup. Whereas the Sonos Beam Gen 2 has a length of 26 inches, a height of 2 3/4 inches, and a width of 4 inches. And then there's the Bose Smart Soundbar, which has a length of 27.5 inches, but it's more low profile with a height of 2 1/4 inches and a width of 4 inches. So both the Sonos and Bose are going to be much easier to place in your setup. But overall, all of these soundbars are good options for wall mounting because they're all relatively lightweight and they all plug in via a double barrel AC port, and there's no external power brick that you have to worry about, which is good. But the Amazon soundbar is the only one here that comes included with a wall mounting kit. Whereas with both Bose and Sonos, their wall mounting kits are sold separately, which I personally feel is ridiculous. Now, regarding connectivity, all of these soundbars plug into your TV via an HDMI port, as they should, and they all come included with an HDMI cable, which I feel is surprising for the Amazon soundbar, just given its price. However, the Amazon soundbar is the only soundbar here that doesn't have Wi-Fi, and more importantly, it doesn't have app support. Whereas these other two soundbars do. And more importantly, with these apps, you can adjust the sound of these soundbars, which I feel is very important just because everything just has different mixing these days. And simply put, I prefer Bose's app over Sonos' app here because it's a lot simpler to use. Now, with the Amazon soundbar, you can adjust its sound, but you have to use the included remote, which just isn't as sleek as having an app. So personally, I do feel that not having app support on the Amazon soundbar is a very big compromise that you're gonna have to make. But wait, if you want to further support the channel, then check out our affiliate partner, Babbel. I actually speak 3 different languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And being able to speak multiple languages is great for cognitive health. It's going to make you a lot more interesting, and you're going to get so many discounts from the locals if you can competently speak the language. And with Babbel and their language experts and their new AI conversation partner, you're going to be able to learn a new language, and they're going to help you with your pronunciation. So in Spanish, that means learning how to roll your R's. It's not that hard. And in Portuguese, they're going to help you get those inflections right, because mas and mais are 2 completely different words, and so are pão and pau. So to start your language learning journey, then check out Babbel in the link down below and save up to 67% on your purchase. Y sí, para mis suscriptores en español, vamos a volver a tratar de lanzar el canal en español, solamente un poquito de tiempo, y tal vez a gente lanza un canal en portugués también. Ainda no sé. But for right now, let's go ahead and jump back into the video. But with all of that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Regarding speaker setup, all three of these soundbars are very different. The Amazon soundbar has 3 front-referring speakers, 3 front-referring tweeters, and dual built-in subwoofers that shoot out the back. Now, this is a respectable speaker setup. I just feel that it can just be in a smaller package. Whereas the Sonos Beam Gen 2 has a single front-referring tweeter and a total of 4 speakers, 2 that shoot out the front and 2 that shoot out the sides, and it has a total of 3 passive radiators, 2 that shoot out the front and 1 that shoots out the back. And then there's the Bose Smart soundbar, which has a single front-referring tweeter and a total of 4 speakers, 2 that shoot out the sides and 2 that shoot upwards, and it has dual bass chambers with exhaust ports that shoot out the back. And the fact that the Bose Smart soundbar has upper-firing speakers is a big deal, because this is the only soundbar here that has true Dolby Atmos support. And what Dolby Atmos is that it's an audio format that allows your sound to have height, instead of everything just being on a single plane. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. All these soundbars are playing at 70% volume with my preferred EQ settings, and we're going to be comparing them to the built-in speakers found on the Sony Bravia 3, but those are going to be playing at max volume.
Good morning.
You deserve to be seen with somebody else flies. We're gonna need the big scale.
Does she need to announce it to the whole office?
Say when.
Never, John. Bury me in cheese. Life here is pretty near perfect. Little did I know, it was all about to collapse. Already, I'm dreaming again. Slap me across the face. I think this is a case of mistaken identity. You must be looking for another gorgeous, lovable kitty cat. Big bag hunter with the big bad drop it, drop it. Come on, Junior. You. This is Vic, my father.
Welcome back, Victor.
Listen, I need your help.
Get them!
I haven't seen you for years, and when I do, you're on the run from a deranged cat.
We need to toughen you up.
Hey, I know tough, Vic. You've obviously never been in an Olive Garden that's run out of breadsticks. Follow my lead. Oh, cheddar. Probably one of my top 26 favorite cheeses.
This thing, there's no conscience, just hunger. The rider's going to come out. But when he does, he'll destroy whoever's got it. He'll take on a new form. One more powerful than he's ever known.
I'm not afraid of you.
We should be.
What if he has to pee while you're on fire?
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel the gravity pull and it keeps me away. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all.
So like you may have just heard, the Sony Bravia 3 actually performs pretty well. It has a dual downward firing X-balanced speakers which get decently loud, and thanks to the additional surface area, they produce a decent amount of bass. But with other entry-level TVs with their built-in speakers, they might not get as loud, or their bass can become a rattling mess at higher volumes. But regardless, you're almost always going to be much better off just upgrading to a soundbar. Now in this sound test, the Bravia 3 did a very good job of getting loud, distortion was not a problem, and dialogue was very present. But obviously all of these soundbars managed to get significantly louder. Now when it comes to a max volume standpoint, the Amazon soundbar actually gets the loudest here, followed by the Bose Smart soundbar and then the Sonos Beam Gen 2. And obviously if you were to use the Amazon soundbar while it's fully built out with its rear satellite speakers, it's going to get even louder. But ultimately I feel that all of these soundbars are going to be better suited for a medium-sized living room, and they will have absolutely no problem filling a bedroom with sound. But from a sound quality standpoint, even though the Amazon soundbar gets impressively loud, I can't help but feel that its instrument separation and detail in the highs isn't as good as these other two soundbars. And then there's the Bose Smart soundbar, which sounds the most open here thanks to its upward firing speakers. Now with the Amazon soundbar, you're going to get a lot of sound and a lot of bass, but these other two soundbars are going to sound more realistic and immersive, and they do a much better job of bringing people's voices out. So you're not going to have to crank the volume all the way up so that you can hear people talking. So overall, the Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus is very impressive. It gets very loud and it has a lot of bass, and for less than the Bose Smart Soundbar and Sonos Beam Gen 2, you can build it out and get a full 5.1 home theater setup. However, the Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus does have its drawbacks. First off, the soundbar itself is very big for its price and its speaker setup, so placing it in your home theater setup can be more challenging than these other two options. The soundbar also doesn't have app support, so adjusting its sound isn't going to be as easy as these other two more premium options. So if the Amazon Fire TV Soundbar Plus is too big for you, or if you want something with better sound, then personally I do recommend that you go with the Bose Smart soundbar. It's the only soundbar here that has upward firing speakers, thus giving you true Dolby Atmos support, and I prefer its app over Sonos's app. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.